This video will briefly explain the subject of human factors and how it relates to riding a motorcycle. Human factors is the science of how people identify and deal with danger on the road. When we are riding down the open road in good weather and traffic is light, we tend to focus on the road ahead because there's not much else to concern ourselves with. However, as we approach traffic or an intersection or a curve, or any of 1,000 other things that require us to anticipate a hazard, we begin to rely on our ability to perceive dangers that may be developing around us. This is our heightened sensory acuity, or our ability to appreciate what is going on around us. As a biker, having awareness or high sensory acuity protects us and provides us safety. Let's talk about our sensory acuity and what happens once we perceive a danger. The 4 steps that a rider takes in all dangerous situations are: first, identify the threat. Second, predict the outcome of the threat. Third, decide what to do about the threat. And fourth, execute a maneuver to deal with the threat. Let's break it down and discuss each of the 4 steps. Identify the threat. The first part is crucial and probably the most important factor in the outcome of the danger. Obviously, the sooner you identify the threat, the better chance you will have to avoid or reduce the danger. The more you are aware of what is happening ahead of you, the better. Usually, the identification of a threat is caused by movement of a car. You see that a car ahead of you begins to encroach on your lane or path of travel. And once you've identified the threat, you move to the second step, which is to predict the outcome of that threat. You quickly calculate in your mind what might happen because of this threat that you have just identified. Then you quickly make a decision regarding what to do about the threat. You make snap decisions based upon your training, practice, and experience on your bike. Once you make the decision of what to do, you then begin to take action, and you begin to execute the maneuver or deal with the threat, such as braking or turning. We might think that all of this happens instantaneously. However, each of the 4 steps takes some time, and when you add up all of the time it takes to identify, predict, decide, and execute, you are now in the realm of human factors. We are talking about reaction times and reflexes. Obviously, it is important to consider that the sooner we identify any threat, the more time we have to respond, and therefore the greater chance of avoiding or reducing a crash. And please watch the next video where I talk and I walk you through step by step, millisecond by millisecond of a real life example of applying human factors to a motorcycle crash.